arrived in Queenie, his boat, with the very important visitor.
This is our very important visitor. A famous astronomer, in fact.
Olga Orbit.
What's an astronomer?
An astronomer is someone who studies the stars and the planets.
Oh, and what a magnificent place for stargazing. So much sky.
Olga Orbit was just about to see the pants in the tree when Josh went... Look over there! More sky! Sky everywhere!
I'll take your case in for you, Olga. Do come on in when you've had enough of the sky.
You can never have enough of the sky. Take a look. Stars, planets, galaxies, meteors, universes, outer space. I do love outer space.
At that moment, she saw something.
Chickadee Jupiter, it can't be. It is. Oh, galloping galaxies, it's a spaceship. It's Captain Dumbletwit's spaceship. Oh, this is magical.
Grandpa flew over the marsh.
I had no idea Captain Dumbletwit was real. I thought he was just a cartoon. Rollicking rockets, you learn something new every day about the universe. We must go and tell your uncle. Captain Dumbletwit to the rescue!
Just then, Grandpa came back. He whisked the pants off the tree and came to talk to us. I took the pants off the spaceship.
Call up the chimney when it's safe for me to land. I'll be on the roof.
Okay, and off he flew.
But Wolfie jumped up and grabbed the pants and ran inside.
Oh, Wolfie, how marvellous. They must have blown down again. Loretta?
Upstairs, Olga Orbit was going on about the spaceship.
A spaceship? Not just any spaceship. Captain Dumbletwit. It's real. I saw it with my very own eyes.
You might need to get them tested if you ask me.
Oh, Loretta, downstairs. Something for you in the kitchen.
Let me show you to your room, Olga.
Oh, looky pants! I don't know all the fuss is about Olga Orbit seeing me pants. She's clearly bonkers.
It was time for us to call for Grandpa.
Now, Grandpa! And down he flew. And landed on the floor.
Josh, pick up the spaceship so Olga doesn't see it.
Unshrink, Grandpa.
How do I do that?
Cap off.
Okay. Oh, well done, you two. Olga didn't see the pants.
But she saw the spaceship and she thought it was real.
It made her day. We're a team already. Teamwork, I say. Teamwork! That's it.
Just then, Olga Orbit came back.
Staggering starbursts. I don't believe it. Captain Dumbletwit? The real, living and breathing Captain Dumbletwit?
Oh, there you are, Grandpa.
I am so delighted to meet you, Captain! Up until today, I thought you were just a cartoon. Oh, this really is the best hotel in the universe!
But then, this happened.
Come back here with me pants, you pants!
Well, almost the best hotel in the universe.
That night at bedtime, I couldn't believe what an amazing day we'd had. Neither could Elsie.
I love it here, Josh.
Me too. And we have a magic grandpa.
Yup. Does anyone else have a magic grandpa?
I don't think so.
Today, I was playing in the meadow with,
I love the circus, Elsie.
Look, I'm a tightrope walker.
Steady.
I was so excited. The circus was coming to Sunny Sands.
That was more like a clown than a tightrope walker. Which reminds me, our new guest will be here any minute.
Yes, he's a clown. Look, I can juggle, Grandpa. Auntie Jules had gone to fetch a real live clown from Sunny Sands. He was going to stay at the mill on the marsh. What will the new clown be like, Grandpa?
Oh, I expect it'll be round and jolly and always falling over.
You mean all roly-poly? Like this?
Look, Elsie, here comes Queenie.
Queenie is Uncle CJ's boat. It's really called the Queen of Sunny Sands, but it's Queenie for short. And sure enough, here came Auntie Jules with our jolly round roly-poly clown. Except he wasn't jolly and round and roly-poly. He was all long and thin and kind of stiff.
Hello, Grandpa. Hello, Elsie. Now I want you to meet our special guest, Mr. Ravioli.
Hello! Hello! I am Ravioli.
Roly-poly Ravioli.
Oh, very good name. I like the name. I will use the name. It's more clowny name with roly-poly bit in front of ravioli bit, yes?
Yes, this was the day we all met Roly-poly Ravioli.
Roly-poly Ravioli, I hear you're in the circus.
Not yet circus, no, but I wish for to be in circus. Yes, I come and I show circus my act and they will say, wonderful clown. You come and be clown here with us, see?
Let me take this to your room, Mr. Ravioli.
So you want to audition for the circus to see if they will take you on? Well, I've got an idea. Why don't you show us your act and you can practice on us?
Yes, yes, yes!
Okay. Me think first. Me think.
And while he was thinking, we heard...
Oh, no.
Demi! Come along, Grandpa. We're going into Sunny Sands to buy you some shoes, remember?
It was Great Aunt Loretta, Grandpa's sister.
Oh, this must be our new clowny guest.
It's Roly-poly Ravioli.
He doesn't look very roly-poly to me. What clowny things do you do? I do this clowny thing. And this clowny thing. It's good for clown, yes? I don't think so. I do much more clowny things than that. Now, let me see.
Let me take you to your room, Mr. Ravioli.
Now, Great Aunt Loretta had ordered a taxi to take Grandpa to Sunny Sands. He had to go.
I think Roly-poly's going to need your help with his clowning, Elsie. Now, I've got my phone with me. Give me a ring and let me know what's happening. And I think I'll take her with me, just in case I have to come back in a hurry.
Okay. So off went Grandpa with Great Aunt Loretta. And Roly-poly was soon having tea on the balcony.
There we are. Miss Smiley's best chocolate cake.
Cake help me think of clowny things. Yes?
But just then, they heard...
Uh-huh. Here comes someone who's very good at clowny things. You'll love meeting him.
It was Mr. Werps. Mr. Werps is called Mr. Werps because he's always having little accidents.
Oh, whoops!
Mr. Werps!
Elsie!
Let me introduce you to Mr. Roly-poly Ravioli.
Oh, I can't wait to meet a real clown. Whoa.
Mr. Werps was a bit dizzy.
Oh, let me... Oh, whoops! Oh, how could I be so clumsy?
Now that is a proper clowny thing.
I try. 1, 2, 3, go! It is no good. No good. I am hopeless clown. You, Mr. Whoops, you go and join circus. You do proper clowny things. Me? No. Hopeless. I go pack my things.
And poor Roly-Poly went to his room.
I did it by accident.
I know you did, Mr. Whoops.
I've put him off being a clown for life.
I'm sure you haven't.
I think I'll just go back to my toy shop.
Careful!
Oh, no.
It was definitely time for me to phone Grandpa. He'd just arrived in Miss Smiley's cafe.
Now, you sit there, Grandpa. Don't you go wandering off. Goodness knows what you've got in all those bags. I won't be a moment. I'm just going to the...
Great Aunt Loretta never says the word toilet out loud because she thinks it's rude.
Hello, Elsie. What news?
He's leaving. He says he'll never be a proper clown. He's so sad, Grandpa.
Oh, we can't have that. I better come back straight away. And you know what that means?
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
And up he got, and without anyone seeing him, he put on his shrinking cap. You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks? He can run about all over the place. And his magic can make things go, like Josh's helicopter. But today, he was going to get on my Mrs. Ostrich to fly back home.
Now for some of Miss Smiley's chocolate cake. Grandpa? Oh, it's impossible. Did you see him go? I expect he's gone to Mr. Whoops's shop. He loves it there. Would you look after my stuff while I just run and look for him, Grandpa?
Back at the mill on the marsh, this was happening.
Don't leave us, Roly-Poly.
I must go. I am hopeless clown. Never join circus. Never. Not funny, not Roly-Poly. Too scared. Me go work in insurance company.
I was watching for Grandpa to arrive. And luckily, just as Roly-Poly was about to leave, this happened.
Whoa! What is funny bird? Whoa! Oi! Whoa! Whoa!
And a Roly-Poly did a Roly-Poly. Well done, Roly-Poly.
I did clowny thing. I did Roly-Poly.
Do it again. And with Grandpa's help, he did it again. Brilliant.
Roly-Poly Ravioli.
You're so clowny. You've done it, Grandpa. Keep going. I'm coming down.
Roly-Poly Ravioli. Roly-Poly. Roly-Poly Ravioli.
You're doing brilliant clowny things, Roly-Poly. At last, Grandpa's work was done. Grandpa flew into the cafe, took off his shrinking cap, and came back to his normal size.
No, I've been looking everywhere for you, Grandpa. I can't leave you for a second, but you go wandering off.
Just stretching my legs.
Come along, we're late.
Later, when Great Aunt Loretta and Grandpa got home, Roly-Poly could not stop Roly-Polying.
Roly-Poly Ravioli.
Marvellous. Do some more.
More.
Well done, Grandpa.
I couldn't have done it without you.
I know. It was teamwork.
Teamwork.
Roly-Poly Ravioli.
Wonderful.
He's a real clown.
Yes. Me. Real clown now. Funny bird taught me Roly-Poly thing.
Funny bird? What does he mean?
Maybe he means you, Loretta. You did a tumble this morning that was very funny, remember?
Come to think of it, I expect you're right, Grandpa. I probably did teach him all he knows.
Roly poly, ravioli.
I got you some little things in Sunnyside.
For me. Oh, very kind. Shoes, a wig,
And,
a red nose.
well, now you can act like a clown. You have to dress like one, too.
Yes, I might be able to do clowny things, but I don't dress like a clown. What?
Let me help you inside with your things.
Roly poly, ravioli. Roly poly, ravioli. Roly poly, ravioli. Roly poly, ravioli.
There are lots of lovely places in Sunny Sands. One of my favourites is the harbour, where Bob keeps his boat, the Boomerang. We were going to see him today, but first, Auntie Jules wanted to finish something.
See if he's bouncy enough.
A kangaroo for me. Making stuffed toys was her new hobby. Boing, boing. Yep, he's bouncy enough.
Good. Now, what should we make for Josh? How about a rhinoceros?
Just then, Josh and Grandpa came in.
We've been playing in the meadow.
Have you seen the time the children are due at the Boomerang?
Sorry, got a bit carried away. We must go right now. Anyone seen the keys to Campo?
Cool kangaroo, Elsie. Take it to show Bob. It will remind him of home.
I knew he'd love the kangaroo because it's an Australian animal. And today was the day for an Aussie Afternoon with Bob.
I found the keys. I'll get Campo started. Josh, Elsie, I'll see you outside.
What's wrong, Elsie? Don't you want to go?
I do, but I'm shy. I want you to come, Grandpa.
Oh, I'd love to, but I'm not invited.
I'm inviting you.
You'll be okay, Elsie. I'm coming along with you. Bob will think we're really babyish if Grandpa comes along.
Not if he doesn't know I'm there. Why didn't I come along for a while, just to settle you in?
Yes. No, it's too risky.
I'll be careful, and I won't stay all afternoon.
Not the shrinking cat, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
When Grandpa shrinks, he runs about all over the place.
He zooms around and chases the toy car, and he even gets into my helicopter and flies.
But today, he was going to ride in my backpack.
I've been sitting in Campo for ages.
Sorry, we're ready now.
I see Grandpa's gone for a little lie down. I expect he's glad he won't be running around a boat all afternoon. Come on, let's go.
So off we went in Campo to Bob's boat. Me, Auntie Jules, Elsie and Grandpa.
And Auntie Jules said...
Do you know why Bob's boat is called the Boomerang?
And Josh said...
Because when it goes out to sea, it always comes back.
When we got to the Boomerang, we couldn't see Bob on deck. So we guessed he must be down below.
Sorry, we're a bit late.
No worries. Gave me more time to make our tucker.
Tucker? It's Australian for food.
I went out fishing this morning, caught a load of fresh prawns. Even took the shells off for you. See?
Oh, they really smell.
It all looks fantastic. Do you mind if I pop out for a bit? I'm making a rhinoceros and I run out of stuffing.
Yeah, sure.
Elsie, show Bob who's hiding in your backpack.
For a moment, I thought Auntie Jules had guessed. But then... I know who she means.
Of course, she wasn't talking about Grandpa. She was talking about Elsie's kangaroo.
Oh, you can't get more Australian than a roo. Boing.
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 While we were all playing with the kangaroo, Grandpa jumped out of the backpack and looked for somewhere to hide.
Boing. 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 Boing.
And he found a good place behind the musical boat.
Tucker time! Come on, dig in.
So, while we dug into our tucker, Grandpa relaxed.
And the relaxing turned into a nap.
And the nap turned into a proper sleep.
But But we didn't know, because we were eating Bob's Aussie Tucker.
Aussie Tucker's the best.
It must be fun to live in Australia.
Oh, yeah, Australia's great. We've got so many great beaches and, like, there's some really cool animals
Do
as well.
you miss home, Bob?
Oh, sometimes. But then I just play an Aussie song and it cheers me up again.
I've never heard an Aussie song.
Oh, hang on. I'll play you my favourite on my musical boat.
Of course! Grandpa was hiding behind the musical boat. I had to do something.
I'll get it.
Grandpa, wake up. Sorry, but Bob wants this.
What? Eh? Oh, it's you, Josh. Is Elsie all right? Can I fly home now?
Yeah, she's cool. But we didn't bring anything for you to fly home on.
Oh, no, we didn't. That was silly of me. Bother.
There was no choice. Grandpa had to wait for us, which meant he had to find another place to hide.
I've wound the little beauty up. Let's hear her play.
But the little beauty didn't play.
Oh, no. Something's broken inside. I'll take a good look at her later. Righto. What other Aussie thing can I show you? Oh, I know. My lucky Aussie dollar.
What's an Aussie dollar? It's Australian money.
But the Aussie dollar had gone.
Sure, I had it this morning when I went out fishing for those prawns.
Make sure he doesn't find Grandpa.
Forgotten all about him.
Gotta be here somewhere. I know. We can turn into a game. Hunt the lucky Aussie dollar.
This could be tricky.
While we all started to hunt for the Aussie dollar,
Grandpa did his best to keep out of the way.
No, it's not here. I've looked.
Okay. Oh, maybe it's over here.
Bob, is it there on the floor?
Where? Show me.
This was not good. Soon, Bob was going to see Grandpa. I had to do something. So, I dropped him into this funny long pipe thing. He was safe.
Bad news, guys. I've lost my lucky Aussie dollar. Oh, no wonder my musical boat's broken. I've run out of luck.
I think we should stop looking. The dollar will probably just turn up.
I hope so. Well, still, we mustn't get on a downer. Let's do something else Aussie to take our mind off it.
Maybe you could play us your didgeridoo.
Oh, yeah, Ripper.
What's a diddly-do?
Didgeridoo. It's an Aboriginal instrument.
Yeah, it looks like a funny long pipe. Yeah, where'd I put it? Oh.
That was where I'd put Grandpa.
Bob started to blow down the didgeridoo.
That's odd. I can't get a sound out of it. Looks like there's a thingamajig stuck in the middle.
And I knew what the thingamajig was.
Can't make out what it is exactly.
Poor Grandpa was stuck in the didgeridoo.
Josh, you pass me that fishing net. I'm going to try poke the thingamajig out.
No, don't do that. You might hurt it.
You think the thingamajig might be alive? I'll tell you what, I'll take a real deep breath and see if I can blow whatever it is out.
Bob took a really deep breath. Then he blew as hard as he could. And this happened.
Grandpa shot out of the end and landed in the bucket of smelly prawn shells.
But he was safe.
All that didgeridooing's made me feel really dizzy.
Why don't you go up on deck and get some fresh air?
Yeah, good idea. My head's spinning.
The minute Bob left, I picked Grandpa out of the bucket and put him on the table. He smelled terrible.
Wow, Grandpa, you're all prawny.
Never mind about that. I know where Bob's lucky Aussie dollar is. At the bottom of the bowl.
I'll get it.
I fished Bob's lucky dollar out of the prawn shells.
I think we should go now before there's any more trouble.
There's just one little job I want to do first.
Won't take me long.
Grandpa went to the musical boat and Josh went to tell Bob the good news.
Soon, Bob was back below deck and he was really pleased to have his lucky Aussie dollar back.
How come you found in the bucket of prawn shells?
It was the only place we hadn't looked.
Oh, we ought to celebrate. Oh, if only my musical boat wasn't broken, we could have a good old Aussie sing-song.
But of course, we knew the musical boat wasn't broken, thanks to Grandpa.
Maybe you should give the boat another chance. Now that you're feeling lucky, it might work.
Well, you never know. Oh, let's try.
And while Bob wound up the boat, Grandpa found another hiding place.
Oh, it works. My luck's come back. Waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
And he sang as he watched and waited till his belly boiled.
You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Hey, Elsie, your kangaroo can sing.
Of course, it wasn't the kangaroo. It was Grandpa. He just couldn't stop himself. When our Aussie afternoon was over, Auntie Jules brought us back home in Campo.
I let Grandpa out of my backpack.
Quick!
Oh, well, that turned out to be quite an Aussie adventure.
I'm glad you came along. You found the lucky dollar and you fixed the musical boat.
But I couldn't have done it unless you two had kept me from being seen. Teamwork, eh?
Teamwork!
Oh, Grandpa, you're up and about. I got the stuffing for the rhinoceros. Look.
Oh.
Oh, I think you need a shower. You smell like a prawn.
Some days we get peculiar people staying at the mill on the marsh, and today a very peculiar one was having breakfast. His name was Mr. Munchmould.
Anything else, Mr. Munchmould?
More cheese, please.
And he loved cheese.
More cheese?
Oh, you can't have enough cheese.
I was playing the Captain Dumbletwig game with Grandpa.
Oh, no, a space spider's web. Miss a turn. Bother.
He wants more cheese.
More cheese? It looked like a cheese at this rate. Or smelled like one. Who is this Mr. Munchmould anyway? I mean, what's he doing in Sunny Sands? He sounds peculiar.
He is peculiar, Grandpa. He said he's here on business. Cheesy business.
Cheesy business, dear. I like the sound of that.
Yes, this was the day of Mr. Munchmould's cheesy business. Later that day, in Mr. Whoops' shop, my cousin Jason was buying sweets.
Right you are. Lemon bonbons.
Just then, Miss Smiley arrived with Mr. Whoops' lunch.
My lovely jubbly hubby.
Ah, wonder wife of mine.
That's what they call each other. Now they're married.
Oh, lemon bonbons. Grandpa's favourite.
He says they help him think.
I'll just put your lunch in the back, Mr. Whoops.
Suddenly, the door flew open and in marched Mr. Munchmould.
Mr. Munchmould.
Mr. Whoops.
Whoops! Oh, Mr. Whoops! How could I be so clumsy?
It's clear to me, Mr. Whoops, that you're not really capable of running this shop.
Oh, he is. He just has little accidents, that's all.
And someone who has little accidents should not be in charge of a shop.
But it's a brilliant toy shop. Everyone loves it.
Listen here, young man. I own this building, you see? This is all mine!
Mr. Whoops was upset.
But, Mr. Munchmould, I always pay my rent.
The fact is this, Mr. Whoops. I am now going to take over this shop, and it will no longer be a toy shop. It will be a cheese shop.
A cheese shop? But Sunny Sands needs toys.
We don't need cheese.
Everywhere needs cheese. You can't have enough cheese.
You mustn't change it. We all love Mr. Whoops' shop.
My shop, young man. My shop.
But it's the best toy shop in the world.
And it will now be the best cheese shop in the world. When I'm back, I shall have a piece of paper for you to sign, Mr. Whoops, saying that you will leave at once.
He's going to make me leave my lovely toy shop.
We won't let it happen, Mr. Whoops. Grandpa will know what to do.
So, Jason, Miss Smiley and Mr. Whoops got into Mr. Whoops's car, drove out of Sunny Sands and down the country lanes, and very soon they arrived here at the mill on the marsh.
A cheese shop? You can't turn the best toy shop in the world into a cheese shop.
What can we do, Grandpa? Whatever can we do?
Grandpa sucked on his lemon bonbon. Then he said,
Here's what you do. You all dash over to your shop, Mr. Whoops, and so that you're there when he comes over with that paper for you to sign. And then you explain to him that it's a terrible idea. Terrible.
I'm sure we can do that.
I should be back at my cafe.
Why don't I help out in the cafe, Miss Smiley, and you can stay with Mr. Whoops?
Good idea, Jason. These bonbons are beginning to work.
Oh, Elsie, Mr. Munchmould wants to turn Mr. Whoops's shop into a cheese shop.
That's awful.
So we're going to try and stop him. Come along, everyone. I'll drop you off at the cafe, Jason.
Aren't you coming, Grandpa?
Of course I'm coming. But the only thing that'll stop Mr. Munchmould's plan is a bit of magic.
Not the shrinking cat, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
You know, when Grandpa shrinks, he can run so fast you can't catch him. He can hide in teeny tiny places. And he can get anywhere he wants to. Like this. Today, I thought he was coming in my backpack with me. Come on then, Grandpa.
No, I'll come in the plane. A bit later, Elsie.
And he jumped down onto the floor.
Your job will be to get everyone out of the shop except Mr. Munchmould, OK?
OK.
Then ring me.
Right.
Let it ring 3 times. I'll know it's you, and that will be my sign to set off. Right?
Right.
Off you go.
But Mr. Munchmould was not going to change his mind.
It will be magnificent. Cheese from the floor to the ceiling.
But Mr. Munchmould, everybody in Sunny Sands loves Mr. Whoops and his shop.
And what's going to happen to Mr. Whoops?
I'm sure he can come and help you in the cafe, Miss Smiley. If he can stop having little accidents. Right, Mr. Whoops. Sign here.
I decided it was time to call Grandpa. Then I'd have to find a way to get everyone out of the shop, apart from Mr. Munchmould.
Aha!
I let it ring 3 times.
Off we go. I'm on my way, Elsie.
And Grandpa took off and flew out of the window towards Sunny Sands and Mr. Whoops' shop, where Mr. Munchmould said,
I see none of you has anything to say.
now was my chance. Actually, I do. I have something. The thing is...
Oh, what is the thing, little girl?
Mr. Munchmould bent down to talk, and his breath smelt like old socks. The thing is, Mr. Whoops' toy shop is magic.
Magic, eh? Well, well. If things are magic, little girl, then magical things happen.
They do, if you let them. Why don't we go to Miss Smiley's cafe for ice cream? Then Mr. Munchmould can see the magic for himself.
Good idea, Elsie.
Excellent. Off you go. I can't wait for all the magic to start. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, shop.
As Mr. Munchmould unpacked his cheese, Grandpa flew in.
What on earth?
He jumped out of the plane and ran, and Mr. Munchmould picked the plane up.
Very odd. Doesn't look radio controlled.
Grandpa had got on the table and he started the train going.
What is it?
Then Grandpa went up to an alligator toy and set it working. Mr. Munchmould couldn't think what was going on.
But there's nobody here.
But there was somebody here. And he'd just wound some frogs
I
up.
don't believe this. This is extraordinary.
Bit by bit, the toy shop started to come to life, thanks to Grandpa. And when he saw a little puppet mouse, he crawled inside and went...
Eek, eek.
Mr. Munchmould heard the mouse.
I heard a mouse.
Mr. Munchmould didn't like mice.
I don't like mice.
Then I wouldn't have a cheese shop if I were you. Because mice love cheese. And I'll invite all my friends here. Yum, yum, yum.
Good grief. This is extraordinary. It's magic. Toys that work by themselves. Talking mice.
Eek, eek.
That little girl was right. This has got to be the best toy shop in the world.
Eek, eek.
And Mr. Munchmould ran to the telephone and dialed the number of Miss Smiley's cafe, and Grandpa got out of the mouse and hid.
Hello, Miss Smiley's cafe. Oh, hello, Mr. Munchmould. Yes. Yes, he is.
Come back! You must come back quickly! Your toy shop is magic!
He says it's magic. My toy shop is magic!
I knew it would be.
So did I.
We dropped Mr. Whoops and Miss Smiley back at the toy shop.
No more cheese. I promise you, no more cheese, Mr. Whoops. Just toys. Magical toys.
Grandpa was quite pleased with himself. Then, Mr. Munchmould tore up the paper he'd made Mr. Whoops sign, shook Mr. Whoops by the hand,
Good luck, Mr. Whoops.
picked up his case full of cheese, and made for the door.
Goodbye, shop.
Oh, Mr. Whoops.
Miss Smiley was hugging Mr. Whoops so tightly that they didn't see Grandpa fly out of the door. And very soon, he was back at the mill on the marsh. When we got home, we ran upstairs to check that Grandpa had got back safely. Help off, Grandpa, quick!
Well, you should be proud of Elsie, Jason. She worked wonders.
Well, both of you together worked wonders, Grandpa.
All three of us did. It was teamwork.
Teamwork.
Grandpa, there you are. I don't know what Elsie did, but she absolutely convinced Mr. Munchmould that Mr. Whoops's shop was magic.
Clever girl. What's for supper, Mum? Cheese?
Guests staying. They were famous dancers called Demi and Danny Delight, and tonight they were going to perform at Miss Smiley's cafe. I was watching them practicing in the sitting room.
Oh, sorry, my fault. I'm just hungry.
Me too. But we've got to keep going. We have to be perfect for tonight's show.
And the show was called Dancing with Delight. Everyone was out except Grandpa. And guess who was making breakfast? Great Aunt Loretta.
I can dance just as well as them two, you know.
Oh, you can you? What are you doing?
I'm giving them a whole new breakfast experience. I am making scrambled egg with chocolate chips and toothpaste on toast.
What? You're making what? You can't give that to our guests.
Yes, I can.
What if it makes them ill? They won't be able to perform their show.
It won't make them ill. They'll love it. It's a time-saving device, you see. They can eat their breakfast and clean their teeth all at the same time. Genius.
Demi and Danny are really hungry. Is everything ready?
Great Aunt Loretta is planning to give them scrambled eggs with chocolate chips and toothpaste on toast for breakfast. And I won't allow it.
Won't allow it? Won't allow it? May I remind you that I am in charge of breakfast today? Go on, out, go along. All of you, and you, Wolfie. I need some peace to create. And you're not coming back until I say so.
This is a disaster, Elsie. If Demi and Danny Delight eat Great Aunt Loretta's breakfast, they'll be ill. I've got to stop her.
But how? She's not going to let you back into the kitchen.
Luckily, I've got this with me.
Not the shrinking cat, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
When Grandpa shrinks, he gets up to all sorts of things. Come down, Grandpa. He runs and jumps about. He zooms around in the toy car. He gets into Josh's helicopter and makes it fly. Or he goes chuff-chuff in the Sunny Sands train. But today, he had other ideas. He got on to My Mrs. Ostrich and took off. Grandpa flew up and landed in the sitting room and sneaked past Demi and Danny Delight. While they were spinning round, he jumped into Upsy Downsy and went down to the kitchen.
Chocolate chips in scrambled eggs. Whoa, that makes all the difference.
Yuck.
There was nothing Grandpa could do about the egg, so he decided to hide the toothpaste. But then Great Aunt Loretta started clearing up.
I'll just leave that to clump.
Grandpa had to hide.
Oh, yum.
So he jumped into the egg box and shut the lid. And then Great Aunt Loretta threw what she thought was an empty egg box into the bin. Grandpa was stuck.
You can come in now. Oh. Grandpa gone for a little wander, has he? Oh, well, better than having him under my feet. Come on, Elsie, you can see my creation. Ta-da! It's a whole new breakfast experience. Oh, I nearly forgot the green glue.
Great Aunt Loretta put the whole new breakfast experience into Upsy Downsy and sent it upstairs. Then up she went too. Grandpa? Grandpa, where are you?
I'm in an egg box, in the bin.
What? Don't worry, I'm coming.
Oh, thanks. I couldn't stop her, Elsie.
She's already taken the breakfasts.
We've got to stop Demi and Danny from eating that revolting food. Quick!
Get into my pocket.
Now come along, Demi. You've got to finish up your toothpaste on toast, otherwise your teeth won't sparkle.
I can't eat another bite. It's giving me a tummy ache.
Well, it's not my breakfast that's doing it. It's all the dancing you've pulled a muscle.
I haven't. Oh, it's getting worse by the second. Oh dear, excuse me.
If I was you, I'd go to the...
Great Aunt Loretta won't say the word toilet out loud because she thinks it's rude.
Excuse me. Waste not, one not.
I took Grandpa out of my pocket and put him down. He climbed up and up and up until he found a good hiding place.
I'm feeling a bit myself. All that toothpaste.
Nonsense. You're just nervous about the dancing show tonight.
Well, I hope Demi's going to be up to it. It's not looking too good at the moment.
You mean you won't be able to dance? There won't be a show? Grandpa was really cross with Great Aunt Loretta.
Now, don't get yourself in a fluster, Elsie. Of course there's going to be a show, but no need to cancel. No need at all. Don't you go anywhere, Danny. Be back in a minute.
Now what's she up to?
I had to find a way to get rid of Danny so I could talk to Grandpa. Do you think you'd like to go and see if Demi's okay?
Good thought.
Grandpa had jumped onto his chair. Nothing's going right today, Grandpa.
I know. Somehow we've got to make Demi and Danny feel better so that they'll be able to dance again. Something that will calm their tummies down.
My mum always drinks peppermint tea when she's got a bad tummy.
Elsie, that's a brilliant idea. Peppermint tea made with real peppermint leaves. That's just what we need.
But I don't think we've got any.
I know someone who will have. Miss Smiley. She's bound to have peppermint leaves in her cafe.
Get some, Grandpa, quick as you can.
OK, I will.
So Grandpa jumped off the chair, ran across the floor, got back on Mrs. Ostrich, and set off for Miss Smiley's cafe. Danny helped Demi back into the sitting room and put her legs up on the sofa. She looked really sick. She looks really sick.
I am really sick. Pardon, I can't help it. My tummy is really hurting. Ow!
Oh, so's mine. I'm going to have to ring Miss Smiley and tell her the show is off.
Danny Delight was about to dial the number when suddenly this happened.
I'm ready for you, Danny. Come on. If we're going to do the dancing show tonight, we need to practice.
Sorry, but I only dance with Demi, see?
Well, she's not up to it, is she? So I'm taking her place. Come on. Music, Elsie, please.
Grandpa arrived at Miss Smiley's cafe on the pier, and he ran inside. He couldn't ask Miss Smiley if he could have a sprig of peppermint, but he knew she wouldn't mind. This was an emergency.
Oh, peppermint leaves. Perfect.
Back at the mill on the marsh, Great Aunt Loretta was still making Danny dance.
Come on, Danny, give it some more.
I told you I'm not feeling too good. My tummy's really hurting.
Oh. Well, you'd better go to the...
I had a feeling Grandpa was on his way home, so I went downstairs to check.
Oh, dear. Oh, I feel a bit queasy.
Telling you, it was the breakfast.
Oh, no, it was the dancing. Oh, excuse me. I think I'd better go to the...
Grandpa had landed in the courtyard.
I've got the peppermint leaves.
Great! Now take your cap off.
Oh, we've done well, Elsie. We'll get Demi and Danny to Miss Smiley's if it's the last thing we do.
Teamwork, Grandpa?
Yes, teamwork. I shall now go and make a pot of peppermint tea.
And soon, Danny and Demi Delight were feeling much better.
Do say thanks to your grandpa, Elsie. He's saved the day.
Does it mean the show's back on?
You bet.
Yay!
Come on, Demi. Let's get practicing.
Soon, Great Aunt Loretta was drinking Grandpa's peppermint tea too.
Oh, I must say that's really perked me up. And you got real leaves as well. How did you manage that?
Oh, it's just a small job. Sounds like Demi and Danny are feeling better. They won't be needing your help now, Loretta.
I don't care. We can do our own dancing.
We? Oh.
I am going to give you a fantastic ballroom dancing experience. Hips, hips, feel the rhythm, feel... Oh, spin.
Lots of people come to Sunny Sands for their holidays. You can go out in Bob's boat, the Boomerang. You can have ice cream sundaes at Miss Smiley's cafe. You can play on the beach. And the best place to stay is at the Mill on the Marsh. But today, things were very quiet. Grandpa was on the balcony reading the Sunny Sands Gazette when Uncle CJ came in.
Jules has taken Wolfie for a long walk. I'm going to clear out the garage. If you need me, just shout.
Fine. Where are the children?
In the kitchen having breakfast. Oh, by the way, some kids from Sunny Sands summer camp are coming here today.
Really? What for?
Their tour guide is very keen to teach them all about windmills.
Oh, that's great, but isn't that something you do when it's raining? Better to take them to the beach on a sunny day like this.
You'd think so, yes. I'm sure they won't be here for long. Just a quick look around.
But the summer camp kids had already arrived.
Shush, shush, shush. Gather round, gather round. Now, here we are at the fascinating Mill on the Marsh. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Wendy Waffle, children's tour guide. Excuse me, I'm in the middle of explaining something very important. A long, long time ago, this windmill was used to grind flour to make bread. Now, the windmill was invented in ancient Rome in the 9th century. Or was it the 8th? Maybe it was the 10th. No, it was the 9th century.
I can see why she's called Wendy Waffle.
Started
She's waffling.
Was it the Persians?
Wendy Waffle was going on and on. Yes, she was doing a lot of waffling at the windmill.
I'll be in the garage. Grandpa's upstairs, but he'll probably go for a little lie down. Jason will look after you.
Thanks, Dad.
Have fun.
Oh, we're not here to have fun. We're here to learn.
Can we go to the beach too?
Don't be silly. You can't learn anything about windmills on the beach. Ah, come along, follow me.
We were still having breakfast when everyone came in.
Gather round. I've got lots of important things to tell you about our day. First off, it's our windmill fact sheet. Then it's time for our windmill picnic lunch. Then windmill make and do. And finally, our windmill test.
It's test, but we're on summer camp.
Here we are.
Jason didn't like the sound of any of this. He went upstairs to tell Grandpa.
Nice pink one. Write your name on it. Yeah, don't lose it. Right, we've all got our windmill fact sheets. Follow me!
Wendy Waffle's a terrible waffler. She's making it all so boring. The summer camp kids, they just want to go to the beach.
Or maybe we could do something to help, you know, speed up the visit a little.
Like how?
I'll think of something. They're in the sitting room.
Gather round. Right. Interesting fact number 1. This windmill is over 300 years old. Or is it 200? No, it's 300 years old. Anyway, it is very, very old.
The waffle went on and on and on.
Interesting fact number 2. The mill on the marsh was built by a man called Mr. Marjoram the Jolly Miller.
Did you know about Mr. Marjoram the Jolly Miller? No, never heard of him.
No, I think it was Mr. Marjoram the Jolly Miller.
Why was he called the Jolly Miller?
Because he had a very loud, jolly laugh and he loved having lots of fun.
Perhaps the ghost of the Jolly Miller still haunts this mill. Ho, ho, ho!
Ooh, a ghost! I say, how exciting. I've never met a ghost. I wonder if it's hiding in the kitchen. Or maybe in the living room. Or maybe in the meadow. Oh, I'd love to see a ghost.
Well, you won't, because there's no such thing. He was joking.
Oh. Well, we've no time for jokes. We're here to learn. Come along, everyone, upstairs now. Come along, come along. Feet up, feet up. Have a good day. Yes.
Grandpa had been listening and he'd just got an idea.
The only person who can persuade Wendy Waffle to take those kids to the beach is the ghost of the Jolly Miller.
I think I know what you're thinking, Grandpa.
And it'll be easier for me to be the ghost of the Jolly Miller if I'm small.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
You know all about Grandpa shrinking. When he's got that cap on, he gets up to all sorts of mischief.
He runs and jumps and climbs everywhere. And he can make things fly, like this. He can drive around in my cousin Jason's toy car. It's magic!
We came out to see Grandpa and, surprise, surprise, he shrunk.
Sorry, I couldn't stop him.
I am going to be the ghost of Mr. Marjoram, the Jolly Miller.
Grandpa, you're such a mischief.
But why?
Because I think the Jolly Miller can persuade Wendy Waffle to leave the mill and take the kids to the beach instead.
That's a great plan. And a funny one too.
Yeah, but first we're going to need an old white sheet.
We've got a sheet in our bedroom. I'll get it.
No, I'll get it.
And I've got another little job for you too, Jason. Well, a couple of little jobs, actually.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Come on, everyone, follow me. Here we are. Right then, settle down, gather round. Now then, up there are all the old workings of the mill. Now, a long, long time ago, that big wheel out there used to turn around. Or is it spin? Spin or turn?
Just then, Grandpa sneaked in from the balcony, but nobody saw him, and Wendy Waffle kept waffling.
Wasn't that fascinating? Right, now it's time for our windmill picnic lunch.
Can we go to the beach for our picnic?
Yes, please. No, don't be silly. There's lots more to do here. Come along down.
Before Wendy Waffle left, Jason stepped in.
Here we are.
Miss Waffle, why don't you have your lunch up here, on your own? I mean, I'm sure you deserve a break from all that talking.
Oh, I'd love to have a break, but who's going to keep an eye on the children?
Oh, my dad will do that. He's fine. I'll just go check to see if it's cool.
Oh, that would be lovely. That is very kind.
Wendy Waffle was on her own, but it didn't stop her waffling to herself.
Ham sandwiches are my absolute...
It was time for Grandpa to put his plan into action. He did this.
What was that? Sounded like a laugh. Or was it a chuckle?
Of course, it was Grandpa, pretending to be Mr. Marjoram, the Jolly Miller.
We were trying really hard not to laugh.
Next, Grandpa jumped into the bits and bobs box and did it again.
It couldn't be. Could it? Or could it? Mr. Marjoram, the Jolly Miller. Don't be silly, Wendy. It couldn't be. But maybe it is.
Dad's looking after everyone. Are you okay?
Fine. Now it's time for the make and do, or do and make. Make and do, or do me. I'm off to the kitchen.
Here. So far, so good. I think she started to believe in me.
What's next?
And why do you want this old white sheet?
Gather round, gather round. I'll explain.
Now it's time for your windmill test.
We'll never get to the beach, never. Grandpa wanted us to get the children to leave the kitchen, so Wendy Waffle would be on her own.
Excuse me, why don't you show our Uncle CJ your windmills?
He'd love to see them. He's mad about windmills.
Can we, please?
Please. No, all right. I'll tidy up.
The garage is that way.
It was time for the final bit of the plan.
I'm too grown up for this kind of thing, Grandpa.
Too grown up? Nonsense. Now get under that sheet.
Wendy Waffle came into the courtyard and saw this.
Oh, my eyes!
Yes, Grandpa and Jason were pretending to be the ghost of Mr. Marjoram, the Jolly Miller.
Oh, I am Mr. Marjoram, the Jolly Miller.
No, you can't be. Or can you? But you can't be. Are you the ghost of the Jolly Miller, or aren't you?
I most certainly am. And I want everybody to be jolly like me. These summer camp kids have come to Sunny Sands to have fun. It's a beautiful sunny day, so forget this windmill test and take them to the beach.
All right. Of course you are. The beach. I'll take them to the beach. I can't wait to tell them I've seen a real ghost. Children, to the beach!
Well, that seemed to work.
I felt a bit silly, though.
Uncle CJ will be back any second. Cap off, Grandpa. Ho, I'm Mr. Marjoram, the Jolly Miller.
Yeah, well, we couldn't have done it without you two. Teamwork, I call it. Teamwork.
What lovely kids. They've left, by the way, gone to the beach.
Oh, good.
Wendy was in a lather of excitement. She kept going on about some ghost. Ghost? There's no such thing.
Oh, well, don't take any notice. You know what she's like? It was a load of waffle.